Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRIENDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's talk about some serious buzz that's swirling around the NFL, specifically about a potential blockbuster move that could shake up the division and give the Lions a major boost. Rumors are swirling that the Kansas City Chiefs might be open to trading Creed Humphrey, their star center, and if this deal happens, it could have huge implications for Detroit's Super Bowl aspirations. The NFL chatter isn't just idle talk. It's rooted in some interesting statistical insights and strategic considerations that could change the landscape of the NFC North forever. Let's break it down. The Chiefs are currently sitting at a 6-6 record, and their cap situation isn't exactly ideal, with around $2.8 million in cap space. Rumors suggest that they might be willing to send Creed Humphrey, a top-tier center, to Detroit in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. This isn't just a random trade. It's a move that makes sense for both teams given their current needs and future plans. Kansas City is trying to optimize their offense around Patrick Mahomes, who's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But interestingly, their offensive efficiency has been somewhat inconsistent, averaging around 25. 4 points per game this season. That's not terrible, but it's not quite the dominant Chiefs offense we've come to expect. Part of that comes down to the interior line, which has been a bit of a weakness, especially in the run game. Humphrey, meanwhile, is a proven force in the middle. Drafted in the second round of the 2021 draft, he's played 5 seasons and established himself as one of the league's best at his position. Over his career, he's appeared in 74 games, earned 3 Pro Bowls, and boasts an impressive overall PFF grade of 92.4. His stats are nothing short of elite, allowing just 8 sacks across his career, and in 2025, he's played 12 games with a PFF grade of 91.80 holding penalties, and a run-blocking grade of 93.1. His pass blocking is also top-notch at 97, and he's been instrumental in helping his offense rack up 276 first downs and converting 41.3% of third-down situations. When you look at his career, he has a 95% win rate in the interior line, and remarkably, he's maintained 0 major injuries, something that's become increasingly rare in today's NFL. His style and consistency draw comparisons to Jason Kelce of the Philadelphia Eagles, who's been a dominant force for years. So why would the Chiefs consider trading Humphrey? Well, despite their high odds, plus 1,000, for a Super Bowl appearance, their offense has been a bit inconsistent, and their offensive line depth post-2025 is a concern. They've allowed 232 points this season, which isn't terrible but does highlight some vulnerabilities. The trade could free up around $9 million in cap space, which they could reinvest into their cornerback core or other areas. Also, it's worth noting that Kansas City's offensive efficiency, measured by EPA per play, has increased by about 15% when they focus on run plays, making Humphrey's run-blocking prowess even more valuable. His arrival in Detroit would be a game-changer, especially considering the Lions' current offensive line struggles. Now let's look at the Lions. At 7-5, Detroit's offensive line has been a weak point this season, allowing 22.8 points per game to opposing defenses. But adding Humphrey could dramatically shift that dynamic. His precise snapping and run-blocking ability would give Jared Goff a much-needed boost, opening up more avenues for the ground game and reducing turnovers, something that's been a concern lately, with a 12% turnover rate. The Lions' run game, led by David Montgomery, could see a significant upgrade. Humphrey's presence might elevate Montgomery's yards per carry by about 0.5 yards, making their rushing attack even more dangerous. Statistically, Humphrey would be a perfect fit to strengthen Detroit's core. His grade for blocking against double teams is plus 16%, and he typically wins plus 2 grades in run-blocking situations. That kind of consistency would allow Detroit to be more balanced on offense, keeping defenses guessing and lowering the pressure on Goff. It's no exaggeration to say that Humphrey's addition could be the X factor that pushes the Lions from a good team into a true contender. Looking ahead, the Super Bowl odds for Detroit would likely improve significantly with a move like this. Currently, they're seen at plus 900, but with Humphrey anchoring their interior line, those odds could drop to around plus 650, reflecting a much stronger chance of making a deep playoff run. It's not just about the immediate impact, it's about building a foundation for sustained success. The Lions have been building something special this season, and acquiring a player like Humphrey would cement their status as a team with a true championship window. But of course, this isn't just about the stats and the strategic fit. It's about the culture and the mentality of the team. Detroit has been steadily developing under Dan Campbell's leadership, emphasizing grit, resilience, and a relentless work ethic. Adding a player of Humphrey's caliber would send a message to the league that the Lions are serious about competing at the highest level, not just now but for years to come. It would also be a statement to the division rivals, especially the Vikings and Packers, that Detroit is not content to just be a playoff team. They want to dominate. Of course, there are questions and skeptics. Will Kansas City really trade away such a valuable piece? Is Humphrey's value so high that they'd settle for a third-round pick? And what about the chemistry and cohesion of the Lions' offensive line? These are valid concerns, but the potential upside could outweigh the risks. Detroit's coaching staff, led by head coach Dan Campbell and offensive line coach Hank Fraley, have a proven track record of developing linemen and maximizing their talents. Humphrey's addition would be a seamless fit, especially given his experience and leadership qualities. Now, for the fans, the prospect of having Humphrey in Detroit is exhilarating. It's the kind of move that could define seasons, reshape divisions, and set the Lions up for a deep playoff push. Imagine Goff having that extra confidence, knowing his center is one of the best in the league. Imagine Montgomery and the run game thriving behind a more dominant interior line. It's exactly the kind of upgrade that turns good teams into great ones, something Lions fans have been dreaming about for years. As we look at the bigger picture, this potential trade also reflects how the Lions are positioning themselves for the future. They're not just trying to be competitive, they're aiming to build a dynasty. The NFL is a league of adjustments, and smart teams capitalize on opportunities like this when they arise. The Lions have already shown they're willing to make bold moves this season, and acquiring Humphrey would be the ultimate statement that they're all in on chasing that Lombardi trophy. So, folks, keep your eyes on this story. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing, and if it turns out to be true, the impact on Detroit's Super Bowl window could be enormous. This isn't just about a trade. It's about reimagining what this team can accomplish and setting a new standard for the franchise. The Lions are on the rise, and with a move like this, they could be the team everyone's talking about come playoff time. The NFC North better watch out, because Detroit is making a statement and they're not done yet. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think the Lions should go all in and try to land Creed Humphrey? Or do you believe the current roster can still make a deep playoff run without it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and with a little luck and some smart moves, the Lions could be on their way to something truly special. Keep the faith, Lions fans. This is just the beginning of a new era.